It's finally here, guys. The finale of Canto 5. At least the beginning of the finale of Canto 5. Hello, Marissa. Lunacy, you're gonna give me little issues. Pierce power up buff icon does not show properly. Ego voice line does not play properly in devices. Okay, so iOS and Android issues, the only thing I actually need to worry about is that Pierce power up doesn't show properly. Interesting. Didn't matter too much. We've got a couple rewards to claim, that's for sure. Let's just really look through all this stuff first. There's no new banner, so we can spend a little more time on this than usual. See a bunch of random lunacy and boxes and stuff. 55, we get Sinclair 9-2. See. Some extraction tickets here and there makes sense. At 70, we get the U-Corp themed banner thing and Rhodion Effervescent Corrosion. And then keep on going. Whoops. Did not mean to randomly click level 87 and that's it. Ooh, the Stormy Sea type 1 alongside Ryoshu Blind Obsession. A guaranteed Season 3 3-star ticket. Nice. Love to see it. I assume that's supposed to be based on the Pallid. Don't know why that's pink. Maybe something we haven't seen yet? Ishmael, whoops. There we go. Blind Obsession Ishmael. The first VOD in the game. Didn't mean to click on that. Where are the Effie and sound announcers? Wait. They literally teased the Effie and sound announcers in the... Okay. That's fine. I'm just gonna hit the receive all button now. There's gonna be a couple of cutscenes. 9-2 Sinclair. There he is. God, he's even got like the fourth match flame type little butterfly antenna looking things. Here we go. New Hero Sinclair. Oh. Rhodion's Effervescent Corrosion Teth. It's competing with Rhyme Shank. Good luck getting much use out of that. And finally... There she is. Blind Obsession. Ryoshu as well. And a couple things. 68 level 3 tickets. 200 thread. Bunch of boxes. Bunch more boxes. 20 pulls worth of tickets. Some boxes. Oh, Effie and sound announcers are there. I just missed them then. Okay. Cool. But how did I just skip over them? Were they here and I just literally missed it somehow? Oh yeah, they're there, level 8. Alright, my bad. Well, that's cool. Got some new stuff to look at. A bunch of new phrases, I'm sure. Your blink is written right here, not even worth turning it into a blink. All hands full speed ahead where blink flickers. I'm the only one who moves in these blink. And of course, Ruin. Oh, Ruin's a funny one. Because it's like a Ruin, and that's the joke. Let's see, what do we have? These through. Shipping container amidst the storm. Pequod. Okay. Pequod Town. That's something we've not seen yet. I'm not going to look at the banners now. I think that's a sign as to what's within the whale itself. And it sounds a little too Love County for my liking. Okay, let us go through and quickly check out everyone's stuff. Look at that, though, first of all. That's cool stuff. It's gonna cost so much thread. Oh, let's go through them in the order they got unlocked. So starting with Sinclair 9-2. Thread spin this to 3, first and foremost. God, it's another one that gains attack weight in certain circumstances, I think. Okay, let's see. At 4 plus less resistance, attack weight plus 1. Target has no burn, inflict 4 burn, inflict 4 burn. Okay, it's a 3 target. If you've got a high lust resistance, it gains attack weight, sure. Costs 5 lust, 2 wrath, and 1 envy. Oh, it's a negative on head. Okay. This is the one you're supposed to use with Grip Sinclair. I mean, it's burn, so figured as much. Corrosion targets randomly. No burn inflicts 6 burn. Lust Fragility if they have 10 plus burn. Interesting. 33 minus 6, 26 minus 6. And then the passive, on head save with a Lust skill, lower this unit and the target's SP by 4. Not work against targets without sanity. Gain 5 Lust E resources on kill with Lust Affinity Sin. Okay, so it's got like a built-in, like, Lust-specific, version of what Impending Day has. And it also means whenever you get heads on a Lust skill, lower this unit and targets you by 4. Do you have any other identities with Lust skills? You do. So, like... I know it's supposed to be Grip Sinclair. If you effectively get a heads on one of these coins on Grip Sinclair, you lose sanity and so does your target. Also the tertiary skill for Talisman Sinclair, though, and of course if you're using the Ego itself on anyone else. So that's interesting. It's a Grip Sinclair-focused Ego. It is blunt, it's Lust, it's a negative coin. What does it gain at Thread Spin, though? At 4 plus highest Lust Absolute Resonance, additional attack weight plus 1. Okay, so you just need 4 plus Lust Resonance to turn it into a 4 weight, but at 4 plus Lust Absolute Resonance, it becomes a 5 weight. If target summons burn inflict attack paradigm and defense paradigm next turn on the Awakening. Okay, that's cool. Similar effect with the Resonance for there. And it inflicts 2 Lust Fragility instead of 1. Alright, interesting, interesting. Don't really feel compelled to uptie that, but you know... I think an Ego that synergizes with Grip Sinclair is kind of lame, but that might just be me, who knows. Effervescent Corrosion now. Oh, it looks like it's a Tremor Ego. So what, do you run this if you're running, like, Rose Banner, probably, then? But Rose Banner doesn't even have Gluttony. No, this one doesn't seem to have Gluttony synergy. Oh, no Gluttony cost. 2 Sloth, 2 Gloom, and 2 Pride. Okay. Interesting. Inflict 3 Tremor and 5 Tremor count. Ooh. 2 target. Main target has 50% or higher HP attack weight plus 1. Inflict a bunch of Tremor, inflict bind, burst Tremor on heads. Okay. I get the feeling this is supposed to be a Tremor Rhyme Shank. Might just be me, though. But, you know, 5 Tremor count. How much is this going to be? No Tremor count on the Corrosion, though. 27 minus 2. Attack weight plus 1. Heal based on damage dealt. Okay. This is probably good with, healing for DHE or something. The passive on head save with a Pierce skill, inflict 1 bind 2 times per turn. A lot of very conflicting gimmicks here. It seems to have to do with Rose Banner, most likely, is what you're supposed to use this with. It's a good Tremor Inflictor, good Tremor Count Inflictor. But, and I guess the healing is supposed to synergize with DHE a little bit, but, like, Pierce skill inflicting bind 2 times per turn. This is definitely supposed to synergize with, like, the skill 2 for Rose Banner, I think. And what do you gain at the next Thread Spin? If the target is 75% or more HP, it becomes a 4 target instead. Oh, it becomes 7 Tremor count and a guaranteed burst Tremor. Okay. That's silly. Same effect here, and it inflicts 5 defense level down instead of the 3 inflict normally. Alright, it's Tremor Rhyme Shake, so... If you're running Rose Banner, you run this over Rhyme Shake, otherwise just run Rhyme Shake. I think that's the vibe I'm getting from this. And I mean, it's probably good for DHE solos, for the 30% healing based on damage dealt from the Corrosion. But I don't know, 27 minus 10, hard to say. Okay, next up. Blind Obsession for Ryoshu. You're the first person to have 6 Egos, first person to have 2 for each category, effectively. Okay, it's charge / poise, it would seem. Alright. I think a lot of people were expecting it to be charged. A lot of people were hoping it would be poise. You know, it's hitting the middle ground. Let's see. 4 attack, gain 4 poise, turn end, gain 2 poise for every unit defeated by this skill. Gain 2 poise at turn end for every unit defeated by this skill. Interesting. On hit, gain 2 charge count. On crit, gain +2 charge count. Is it 2 targets? So... If you crit 2 people, does it count as 8 charge or 6 charge? I'd assume only 6 charge, but I don't know. Gloom, Pride, Envy. Okay, Corrosion is... Okay. Corrosion, 4 attack, gain 4 poise. Consume charge count to gain even more poise. Oh, I like that. Gain charge count for every unit defeated by a skill even more. On hit, gain poise count. On a 2 target, alright. On a clear the Pride Affinity skill, gain 1 poise count. 3 times per turn. Sure. No. Like... It doesn't seem great for Warp. some, like, charge gain, but, like, you gain more charge from just, like, using, like, Warp Ryoshu's skill too. And doesn't seem great for LCCB either, because, like, it's so... I mean, it's some poise, but, like, not nearly enough poise count. It's 1 poise count on hit with the corrosion, which is 2 target. Okay, it becomes a 3 target at updie, though. That's good to know. And is that all that happens? Oh, a 10% poise gain, 30% more critical damage on the corrosion, but only the corrosion. Okay. That's definitely something. But then finally, Blind Obsession, what we're all here for. We already know what this one does, more or less, thanks to the teasers we've seen, the, Tokyo Game Show showcase. Okay, definitely gonna uptie it. I should just do it. Of course I'm gonna be uptying it. There's no situation in which I don't. Oh, we can open this. We might actually just get enough Ishmael shards like this. Not quite. Still need, like, what? Like, not even that many. I'll just do 10. I think I don't need to do this many. Yeah. I'll do that for safety, though. We're gonna get an Ishmael identity soon enough. Probably next week. Yeah, Blind Obsession. Let's get this. Let's uptie this again, because of course I'm going to. Crit spin 4. Okay. Heal 25 SP for 4 allies with the least SP. Okay. Actually, it looks like it's been nerfed a little bit. Okay, it has been. That's actually for the best. 20 plus 15 is the 7 target. Pretty good roll for 7 target, that's for sure. 25 SP for allies with the least SP. Gain 6 charge count on hit on a 7 target. So you could theoretically, and I mean very theoretically, get 42 charge from this? Not that you'd ever need 42 charge, but that's funny. Give plus 2 poise count to 1 random ally. Random. I wish it was like one with like the most poise or something. Then it could be good. I mean, it is on hit though, so you know, hit 7 people, you give plus 2 charge count to every like center effectively. Yeah, the randomness may make this not great, but it's centered with poise a little bit. Attack apply 1 pierce power up and 1 damage up to 4 allies with the highest SP. I wonder, I assume this triggers first, so it's most likely to choose these two. I think 2 Wrath, 3 Gloom, 3 Pride, 3 Envy. Corrosion, 35 minus 10. Heal 5% on hit, gain 1 poison, 1 poise count on hit. Inflict 3 Pride Fragility this turn and next turn on hit. And apply 2 damage up this turn and next turn to 4 allies with the least SP. Okay. This one's been changed quite a fair bit from how it was in the... Okay. Then it was in Tokyo Game Show, which I think is for the best. It seemed a little too busted there. It still seems really stupid, especially if you pair it with, like, reindeer or something, but, God. And the turn of, like, 5 sinking to 1 other ally with the lowest HP. Apply 1 haste and 3 offense level up next turn. Okay. I mean, how I'm interpreting this as is run, like, Ishmael and Sun Shower together as, like, a 2-person team. And you're just always going to give him 5 sinking every turn if you get this passive active. I mean, you need to use the you get the passive active. Also, this is a Vav Ego, so it's resistances. It's got 2 fatals, 2 ineffectives, and an endured. Only 2 normals. That is fun. Very fun. Oh. Do I want to use Leo Ishmael then? Do I want to throw on like She Ishmael? Insane as that is, how does our breakdown look? It's decent. I'll run She Ishmael. That sounds relatively funny. And we got some tickets, so we can get you the 40. We'll send us with the crit stuff. No, I'll go Leo. I changed my mind immediately. You know, maybe we'll fund it well enough, maybe not. Who knows? Anyways, I do think that's enough, dilly-dallying, as they say. Not as long as it normally is, because we didn't have to go through any stories, but some interesting egos. Don't know how I feel about them yet. Some of them are interesting, some of them are very odd. Anyways, I think it's just time to send it. Are we going straight into the dungeon? Oh, yeah, we're definitely going straight into the dungeon. We only have one more node to the left. Into the dark. Oh god, yeah. This is gonna be a very freaky looking place, that's for sure. Also, there's no need for actual encapsulation itself, it's only modules, so, you know, I'll just get that. I think this is the team I'm going with. I guess I can level you up, sure. I have you here solely to synergize with Liu Ishmael, theoretically, if we ever need to. We'll see. Anyways, let's just send it. Let's
이게
just send it.
옳은 선택일까?
밧줄은 퀵해그의 어마어마한 악력으로 그리고 자신만이 아는 방식으로 직접 꼬았었기에
It is said that Queequeg's ropes, twisted by her powerful grip and her esoteric techniques,
세상의 그 어떤 매듭보다 질기고 억세다고 한다.
are tougher than any other rope in this world.
그리고 퀵해그는 자신을 호수 속에 혼자 두지 말라고 했다.
Queequeg told me to not leave her alone in the cold, dark lake.
송장인 채로 가라앉아서 고래와 인어들에게 뜯어먹히고 싶지는 않다고.
That she didn't want the whales and mermaids to tear her apart and devour her when her corpse sinks deep into its waters.
그건 나도 마찬가지였다.
I agreed.
나만이 알고 있는 그 온 살갗의 상처들을, 파헤쳐진 흔적들을 고작 그것들이 파먹도록 두고 싶지는 않았다.
The wounds on her skin that only I knew of, the memories of her pain. I didn't want those monsters to heartlessly rip into them, to gorge themselves with their scarred flesh.
그래서 퀵해그는 관을 만들었다.
So, Queequeg built herself a coffin.
밧줄을 있는 힘껏 묶어서 배가 아무리 휘청거려도 자기가 잠든 관만큼은 가라앉지 않도록.
Built hardily and fastened with ropes, twisted and knotted with all her strength, so that her coffin would not sink, no matter how precariously the ship swayed. And of course, that's the coffin that Ishmael floated on to safety, thanks to Queequeg's craftsmanship.
나는 그 관에 걸린 끈을 손바닥이 찢어지도록 붙잡고 있었다.
My hands gripping onto that very same rope tied to the coffin were starting to peel and bleed.
소용돌이의 호수로부터 나를 지탱한 건 비어있는 친구의 관뿐이었다.
And my dearest friend's hollow coffin was the only thing keeping me afloat in that whirling lake. Yeah, I know more about how Moby Dick goes. Queequeg was never in the coffin. It's just an empty coffin, yeah. Queequeg built the coffin thinking that... In the book, Queequeg thought he was, like, dying of, like, sickness or something, so they built him a coffin. He, like, seemed to miraculously get better, though, so he didn't need it, but it ended up saving Ishmael anyways. And something similar may be going on here.
아무도 없어요.
Is there anyone out there? Anyone! That's a rubber ducky.
비코드호의 파편만이 떠있는 호수에서 나는 목청껏 부르짖었다.
In that empty lake, stranded amidst the Pequod's desolation, I called out from the top of my lungs.
아무나 대답해 주세요.
Please, anyone, say something! Anything!
이 세상에서 나와 묶여있던 사람들이 빠짐없이 전부 사라져버렸다는 걸 알았을 때
When I realized that everyone I ever had any ties to had, in the blink of an eye, been taken from this world,
혼자 헐떡이며 숨을 쉬고 있는 내 스스로가
my gasping, wheezing self, barely holding on to life, seemed...
내 배에 올라타라. 그리고 호수 밑바닥 끝까지 가는 거다.
This is Ahab. Come aboard my ship and sail with me to the cold abyss of the lake!
물을 가득 머금고 숨을 쉬고 있는 나조차도 에이헤브에게 벗어나지 못했는데
Not even I, drowning yet breathing, could escape Captain Ahab. Yep.
이 고요 속에서도 에이헤브의 호통은 내 목을 조이고 있는데
Even in this deafening silence, Ahab's echoing bellows strangle me.
그들 역시 죽어서도 죽은 선장의 목소리를 듣고 있겠지.
Even in death, my mates remained trapped with the cabin. Captain.
나는 앞으로 불행할 때나 행복할 때나
In joy and in sorrow, I'll never forget.
내게서부터 뜯겨나간 그 끈들을 기억하겠지.
The strands that were ripped away from me.
이 호수에 영영 갇혀버린 채로 평생을 잠겨 있겠지.
I'll be buried in this lake forever to my last gasping breath.
차오르는 물을 벗어나려고 해도 호흡에 들어오는 건 고독뿐.
Cries I might to escape the rising waters. Only loneliness fills my lungs. Ugh. Yeah, this is gonna be a very freaky looking place. I think it's the banner kinda, or like not the banner, the profile picture card icon, whatever you want to call it. That thing kinda gave away something. I'm glad I didn't look at it properly. I was definitely very curious as to what it was since it was, pink.
그래서 항상 말했잖아.
Always told you.
너한테
I did.
줄꽉 잡지 않으면 가라앉는다고.
Rope. Grab tight. Or sink. I'm curious. Okay. I won't look at that properly, but that sure did have the person in there. You.
언제부터 있었던 거야?
How long have you been here?
난 여기에 있었어.
Always. Always been here. Oh. God. Okay, you get new. Oh God. Ishmael's level rises to 40. Upside and threat spin tiers rise to tier 4. Gains compulsion at the start of every encounter. Okay. So every encounter she gets reduced to negative 25 sanity. Fun. I've already got her at upside and thread spin before, but fine. Okay, yeah, I won't scroll down. I was just curious to see if I could still scroll down, and I sure can. Whale guts. God, it's been a while since the last dungeon. The first thing I noticed upon waking up was the unpleasant sensation in this place. I tried to recall what Ishmael's plan was. This place was a long river. Alright. Fixed memory need. Okay, we're gonna need you in every fight. That's to be expected. Okay, then here's my plan. I'm gonna have Honglu support passive hitting you, so you're just gonna inflict a lot of burn. You're the only burn unit we have, so it's kind of pointless, but it's either that or I get the Yusong support passive going for like Gregor. Speaking of Gregor, though, that's gonna be the plan, running the new identities. And we need one other person, so we can throw on someone else who got new ego, probably. Could do you. Could just do you. It's a stupid idea, but like, what resources do we need? We kind of need more like Gloom and stuff. We'll run you, sure. This is a decent, I mean, it's a pretty good team, all things considered. We've got, 4 3-stars. We can mix and match as we need, though. Don't need to keep it on one team the entire time. The immediate sensation upon waking up was that it was moist and cold, yet oddly warm in some places. Where are we?
강 같은 게 기다랗게 뻗어 있네요. 거꾸로 올라가다 보면
There's this long river-like thing. If we follow it, maybe
뭔가 나오지 않을까요?
there'll be something at the end of it? Yeah, the stomach.
홍루 씨, 어떻게 매번 그렇게 침착할 수 있는
Lou.
거예요?
You always be so calm about everything.
그런가? 뭐 저 친구는 언제나 저런 느낌이었던 것 같은데.
Is he? I think that's just how that fell is with pretty much everything.
아니, 그런 뜻이 아니라
No, that's not what I'm... What? That's the wrong button. What's the insinuation here? Not about everything. Is he? I think that's how that fell is with pretty much everything. Oh, it's not what okay, I'm missing the understanding. I'm bad at dialogue.
다들
Oh.
여기가 어디라고 생각하는 거예요? 저흰
Whoops.
분명
Did not mean to skip that. I mean, where do you guys think this is? We just...
다 알고 있다.
I am well aware.
그곳의 뱃속으로 들어왔지. 우리 스스로.
We've rode into the maws of the beast, of our own volition. Not long ago.
우리가 황금 가지를 삼킨
Here we are in the plan
그
properly.
고래의 속으로 들어가는 거죠.
I'm proposing that we enter the stomach of the whale that devoured the golden bow.
미쳤군. 아까 혼자서 제일 많이 처맞고 나더니
You're mad. All that thrashing's finally sent you off the deep end.
이건 내 목적일 뿐이에요. 겸사겸사 가는 길에 황금 가지가 있는 거고.
I'm just going there for my mission, and the golden bow just happens to be in the way.
당신들 알아서 결정해요. 관리자님의 결정이 제일 중요하겠죠.
I'll leave it up to you. Well, to the manager, since their decision matters the most.
아무튼 이 회사나 저나 목적을 달성하려는 방법을 모색할 뿐이에요.
This company, me, we're both just trying to find a way to reach our goals. That's all this is.
그리고 딱히 이렇다 할 방법도 없잖아요.
Besides, does anyone have a better idea?
그것이 황금 가지를 삼켰고 그 황금 가지가 그 망할 창백한 고래의 백화 현상을 중화시켜 준다면.
And if that thing swallowed the golden bow, and if that golden bow really counteracts that pallid whale's polidification effects, then
우리가 그 안에 들어가더라도 침식을 당하지는 않을지도 모르잖아요.
we just might be able to survive without getting affected by it.
도박이 아이스. 그건
That's a gamble, Ishii. There's just...
알아요. 그리고 그건 당신이 좋아하는 것
Yeah,
중 하나죠.
you should know. It's one of your favorite things.
관리자님은 어떻게 생각하세요?
What do you think, manager? Ishmael looked at me with expectant eyes as though she knew I had no choice but to agree to this plan. God. Ishmael doesn't care if it, like, works or not. She doesn't care if she lives or dies. She just wants to do anything in her power to get Ahab dead. Her eyes were telling me, you came this far for the golden bow. You're not going to go back empty-handed now, are you? We sure aren't.
6시간.
6 hours.
그 이후로도 어떤 움직임이 없다면 LCA 팀이 그다음 임무를 넘겨받게.
If I don't hear anything from you in 6 hours, LCA will be taking over the rest of this mission. Oh boy, we still have no idea what LCA is. It's one of the, like, Limbus teams, but, like, which one? Not the slightest information at all.
LCA 팀이 넘겨받으면 그 이후로는
Okay, LCA takes over the mission, then... What?
글쎄, 너희가 고래 뱃속에 갇혀서 나오지 못하고 있다는 불운한 소식을 듣게.
Well, if they hear the very unfortunate news that all of you decided to row into the whale's belly and got yourselves trapped.
그 거대하고도 창백한 고래를 통째로 터뜨릴 수 있는 방법.
They'll be having a long internal discussion about how they could blow that pallid whale apart. So LCA is like upper management or something, whoever runs the company, I assume. Not like an actual, like, squad, I assume.
그 이후로는 굉장히
Then a very lengthy battle will ensue.
이어질 것.
Okay, so let me get this straight. If we fail to find the golden bow stuck somewhere inside the whale's stomach in 6 hours, you won't hesitate blowing us to smithereens along with the whale? Did I get that right?
이 말은 굳이 전달드리지 않겠습니다.
I will not relay that comment. Fair enough. Faust, what do you think of our odds?
영은 아니지만 영에 수렴한다고 생각합니다.
Our odds are non-zero, but it may as well be nil.
적어도
We faced worse odds,
지금
you
우리가
know.
가지고 있는 변수들로는 그렇습니다.
At least with the currently known variables.
가능은 하다는 거죠.
So we have a chance. Do you have any other ideas that might get us the golden bow?
그 또한 지금으로서는 없습니다.
No, not at this moment.
하지만
Stuck with it.
낮은 확률일 것으로 생각했던 방식으로 작전을 극적으로 성공시켜왔던 것은 사실이라고 말씀드릴 수는 있겠네요.
What I can tell you, however, is that we have a history of dramatically completing missions with a veritably low chance of success. Yeah, Faust's a gambler at heart. We should have known. Okay, then. Let's get this done.
역시 계획이 없는
Yeah.
것이 더욱 계획적이라는 생각이 드네요.
Indeed, the lack of plan becomes the plan itself, as we were talking about with Effie and Saud back a long time ago at this point.
저만의 새롭게 세운 이론을 더욱 공고히 하게 되었습니다.
This solidifies the veracity of my new theory even further. Luckily, we didn't lose any sinners on the way down. All 12 of them made it down here, just as we planned. But... Guys, where's the bow? It's in the stomach now, yeah. It flowed down the river, most presumably. The quote-unquote river that is, you know, the throat. The boat was nowhere to be seen. Oh boy. Now do we have to fight some mermaids? Yeah, okay, blue and white one's nothing new.
도움이 되긴 하려나? 힘내긴 해보자고.
Do not like this background very much. I mean, at least it's, like, pulsating in a relatively... I almost said, like, a normal way. I don't think you can pulsate normally, but, like... At least it's just kind of being wavy instead of, like, actually, like, pulsating. I still don't like it, though. God. Ishmael Sandy's gonna go down every fight. That's gonna be unfortunate. Well, onwards we fight.
엄청난 공격이었어. 기념할 만한 걸.
유효타 좋아. 계속 집중하지.
나이스. 하나 챙겼다.
That's one... Oh, I forgot the announcers. That's right. Hopefully I remember before next fight.
직접 알게 함이라.
Don't really have a plan to this team. I just wanted to use all the new units, and DHE is there for the sake of, like, resource management, and also so that we can one day see her ego. Her ego doesn't need gluttony, so the fact our team doesn't have gluttony is fine. To the dungeon, though, so we carry over half our ego resources between fights, so that's something. Not the most, but it's better than nothing, I suppose. Yeah, they're all dead already. Simple enough fight. I actually didn't pay attention. I didn't bother checking if there were multiple waves, but, like, there was only one, which makes sense. Okay, a little bit spirally of a pattern. Involuntary into Palsbill's mods in search of the golden bow. Luckily, all 12 sinners made it down here without getting lost. But where's our boat? Yeah, that's kind of important. Yeah, we could run a... Who else has Gloom here? No, we're not running you. Oh, whoops. We could do something like this. That could work too. Throwing on, like, LCR Faust. Why, though? I guess she's got a new ego. We could throw on Mariachi. I do like Mariachi. Yeah, we'll throw him on. Why not? Don't want to use too many 3-stars.
전원은 눈을 크게 뜨고 보트를 찾는데 전념하도록.
Men, we will commence a search. This boat must be found as soon as possible.
아니, 눈은 크게 뜨지 않아도 된다.
No, there is no need for a search. It's in the stomach. Mursa's Arna.
오른쪽 400
Oh no,
미터쯤에
the wreckage. 400 meters to your right. There is the boat.
나쁘지 않은 관찰력이군. 곧바로 이동하지.
Quite observant you are. Let's not waste any time and return to the boat. And she's making the O face.
마지막까지 들어야 한다. 배의 75% 이상이 파손된 채로 흩어져 바닥에 처박혀 있다.
Allow me to finish. There is the boat in a ditch. 75% of its hull integrity has been breached and its remains are scattered on the ground. Yeah, that's definitely not how we're going to be getting out of here.
와, 그렇다면 이건 배에서부터 나온 조각인가 보네요.
Wow, so this was a piece of our boat, huh? Thank you, Honglu.
다회 사용을 고려해서 만든 배였는데 말이죠.
That vessel was designed to be used more than 3 times. Unlucky. Honglu was pointing at the pitiful sight of an absolutely busted-looking pieces of the propeller. Well, to be exact, busted pieces of the propeller and what appeared to once have been our boat's engines. Something comes to a sputtering halt amidst the wreckage.
기어이 숨을 거두는가.
Thus it rests here forevermore.
이 장면을 봤다면 미카 양하고 레인 군이
This would have been quite the painful sight for Mika and Rain. I'm glad they haven't killed off Molaroffice in some, like, twist accident so far. That's a shock. I expected them to show up sooner or later in this Canto and just blew up. This is a pretty painful sight for us, too. How are we getting out?
이제 어떻게 해야?
So, what do we...
관리자님, 여전히 황금가지의 위치는 느껴지시죠?
Manager, you can still sense the golden bow, right? Yeah. Unlike at the Lobotomy Corp branch, I can definitely feel that it's somewhere in here. But it's also pretty far away, so I can't tell where it exactly...
시계를 돌릴 준비는 되어 있으시고요.
Great. Are you ready to turn the clock? What's that about turning the clock? Oh. The whale's pallor taking over their bodies and minds. More LCB people, or LCCB people. Of course. It only makes sense that this place is crawling with mermaids. Yeah, we've already fought some. I don't know why you're acting surprised, Dante.
걱정 마시오.
Alright, the same ones from 4th, Shield, Club. Yeah, okay. Just a single wave of them too. No shotgun enemies, at least as of yet. Who knows, maybe sooner or later they'll show up.
바람구멍을 내주지.
Okay, hopefully this goes fine enough. Ishmael's losing her clashes. That makes enough sense. We got Mariachi Sinclair, though, the GOAT. For good reason. It's because he's the
얼른
GOAT.
끝내고 밥 먹으러 가자고.
두드려 패고 터뜨려 주시.
Okay. Nice. Nice. Two tails at 32 sanity. Shh. So silly. They're resisting our blunt attacks, and we've got a lot of blunt attacks, so that's a little unfortunate. Blunt on Kabunga is just too common, really. We're gonna see if we end up regretting, you know, the fact we've got, you know, like, blunt Ishmael and stuff. I'm sure for most people the obvious answer is to bring, like... I mean, the obvious answer is, of course, to bring reindeer. Since, you know, her new ego synergizes with it really well. I guess not the Pierce boost, though. I guess if you want to synergize with the Pierce boost, you'd have to bring, like, Boatworks Ishmael. I think Liu Ishmael is probably, like, the worst of the 3-stars to bring for this, but it's also still a really good 3-star, so... Eh. Give and take. Alright. Keep on killing. What do we need to actually trigger? Oh yeah, God. So insane to see that now. We need our team to have a little bit more gloom, I think, if we're gonna want to see that sooner or later. We don't need to use the new egos until like some of like the later fight though. There's no rush. That's the thing. We'll hopefully see all of them sooner or later. The dungeon's gonna be a long one. I mean, probably Canto 4 dungeon long. I think Canto 4 length is going to be the standard for pretty much the rest of the game. Wait, just you left. Oh, we can actually blind Obsession. It's guaranteed to corrode here, though. That's also going to be an issue. Because it's a VoV, it sure does cost 35 sanity as a base. Yeah, that's a couple sanity. I kind of glossed over that part earlier, didn't I? Yeah. So we really shouldn't use that unless we get, like, a long fight where we can actually build up Ishmael's sanity since it's dropping to 25 every fight. Yeah, let's bounce before more of those mermaids show up.
이미 고래배 속에 갇혀 있는데 벗어날 곳이 있기는 할까요?
Bounce away, we're trapped inside of a whale.
우리도 곧 저런 꼴이 되는 건 아니야? 먹힌 거잖아, 우리.
Are we gonna end up looking like them too? You know, we've been devoured. The golden bow should keep us safe. That was Ishmael's hypothesis, and it seems accurate based on, you know, Faust was saying and whatnot. Oh, the golden bow inside Dante's head as well, that's true. The golden bow inside Dante's head is likely counteracting the polification effect on the sinner's bodies. There's no guarantee that this defensive effect would last forever. We must take into account that we are in an unknown environment. In other words, spending too long here could turn us into mermaids, just like them. I wasn't sure if I could bring back a sinner that's turned into a mermaid, and I don't want to find out. But where do we even go? Follow the route. I don't have even the slightest idea as to where we might be.
이상하네요. 고래라는 건 뱃속에서도 비가 내리는 걸까요?
Weird. I didn't know it could rain inside a whale's belly. I was still unsure where to go, so much so that I was starting to feel completely lost, when Honglu suddenly blurted something about rain. I don't know, so I assume we're already in the stomach then. I keep on saying the throat and stuff, but no, we've already gone through the throat. We are in the stomach now. And it seemed like a bunch of ocean water or something's about to come dropping down on us. What are you talking about? It's not a good sign.
방금 제 어깨로 물이 몇 방울 떨어졌거든요.
Oh, it's just that I felt a few droplets of water on my shoulder.
야, 잠깐만.
Wait.
우리는 이거한테 먹혔고 곧바로 떨어져서 꼬라박은 곳이 여기였지?
So this is the first place we landed on after the whale swallowed us whole in it. Right?
내가 가끔 당연한 게 헷갈려서 그러는데.
Sorry, I just sometimes need someone to confirm my common senses.
보통 음식을 먹으면 제일 먼저 어디에 도착하냐?
When you eat something, where does it usually land first?
그거야 당연히 위장이지. 아까부터 배고프다고 울고 있는 불쌍한 내 위장.
My stomach, of course. My poor, starving stomach.
히스클리프 씨의 질문에 대한 의도가
I see your point,
파악되었습니다.
Heathcliff.
위장에선 효율적으로 음식물을 소화하기 위하여 끊임없이 위산이 분비되죠.
The stomach constantly secretes acid in order to digest the food effectively.
학교에서 배웠던 것 같아요.
Yeah,
무슨 강한
you went to
산이라고
school. You sure did. Yeah, I think I learned about it in school. It's usually some kind of powerful acid.
닿는
Even
것들을
more powerful here.
분해하는.
That dissolves everything it touches.
아,
Oh.
그래서 물이 떨어진 위치에 옷이 녹아내렸던 거군요. 따끔하기도 하고요.
What is wrong with you, God? I know it's like, we joke about it now, but it's definitely because Honglu's parents, like, super abused him, so, like, he doesn't, like, he probably just never reacts to pain much at all. He's kind of probably used to it. He's probably been killed and, like, near killed several times by his parents and brought back with, like, ampules and stuff, like, or his grandmother's, like, the main one, right? That's the one he always mentions. So there's definitely a reason why he's so used to pain and stuff like that. That's gonna be super sad when we eventually get to this chapter. I stared at Honglu's shoulder. Something had burrowed a hole there, and the surrounding skin was sizzling and melting away.
우리 도착하자마자 흐물흐물해지는 것이요.
Are we fated to become porridge so soon after our arrival?
하나 긍정적인 발견을 보고드리자면 일반적인 생물체의 생체 기관과 어느 정도 비슷한 메커니즘을 띠고 있는 것 같군요.
There's one positive discovery, however. This creature appears to share similar biological mechanisms and shapes as an ordinary organic life form. Everyone, we gotta run! I don't care how many pieces of you there are left. Just make sure that there's something left for me to bring back. Yeah. Dante also really needs to not get hit by the rain, otherwise they are going to be in a bad situation. Has there ever been any pure story sections in these dungeons? Like the little book icon? I don't think there ever has been, right? It's always like fights. That's interesting. We voluntarily entered the Pallid Will's maws in search of the Golden Bow. Luckily, all 12 sinners made it down here without getting lost. Oh, this is the same one we saw before. And assumably we're gonna need to fight more things here. Let's see. We could do you instead if we wanted to. I don't know what team to go with here. I keep on changing it around a bunch, but that's because, like, I want to run the new units, of course, but I also want to, like, run bad units. I don't know, this will be fine for now. We'll see. I'll keep on going like this for now. LCR Faust is really good, but it's a little more gloom than, like, Sinclair or something. So I think that's why it works a little better. Also, these things are weak to Pierce. Your skill 2 is really good Pierce. Okay, this looks good enough. We do have enough resources that we could immediately, wait a second. Are our resources getting halved? Why could we blind obsession turn 1? We've got 10. Okay, our resources are not being halved. We're just carrying them over. Maybe they're gonna get like reset or halved or something whenever we visit a checkpoint. That could be it too. But there's no way we gained enough envy in the last fight to have it and leave it at 10. That's interesting. Very interesting. And punch, nice. Are these things like below level 40? I assume so. We're not gaining any sanity from killing them. Yeah, you're level 36, alright. Lust Resonance. Good blind obsession here, once again. I'd rather not kill all my allies. I mean, there's nothing wrong with killing all your allies. I guess even if we did blind obsession there, there was no chance it was going to go off. That thing died to bleed. Get story into a checkpoint. The whale's stomach acid began to rain. We had no choice but to run away to the best of our abilities. That's when we suddenly heard voices talking to us. Mermaids? I don't know, this is a very strange looking background. I can tell this is like the stomach, of course, but like, what is this supposed to be? It looks very mechanical, you know, there's a bunch of boxes and stuff. Maybe this is the Pequod town we're vaguely aware of the existence of. Guess we'll see soon. More story time, though. And so we ran, trying to weave our way between the pouring stomach acid. Oh, yep, it's definitely pouring now, that's for sure. without even knowing where we were supposed to go.
이야, 이거 신기한 광경인걸.
Wow, man, what a funny sight. Hey, Brown probably means it's a non-important character.
신기라기보단 수상한데요?
Funny? That's more suspicious than funny.
너무 크게 감탄을 하시는 바람에 전부 우리를 보게
Oh,
되었습니다. 너무 크게 감탄을 하시는 바람에 전부 우리를 보게 되었습니다.
Yeah, right? That isn't...
신기라기보단
이야,
Okay. I don't think we know what that is. This one sounded a little bit like Olga, but like the other two I don't think were Rain and Mika. It may have jinxed Molar Boatworks' life, though. Who's there? Are these Pequot people?
당신들 말이야. 말을 하잖아.
I think so. Hey, I heard you guys talking down there.
인어가 말을 하오.
Those mermaids speak?
우리는 인어가 아니야. 이렇게
We're not
말잘하는
mermaids.
인어 본
Ever
적이
seen a
있어?
made this chatty? Yeah, that speech pattern is definitely not convincing me.
백화 현상이 일부만 진행되었다.
And their politification effects only partly progressed. Yeah, we can kind of tell it. Are these going to end up being Ahab's shipmates, though? Are they still alive? Some of them, at least. But I don't remember their names. There's a couple named ones in the books, though. Could be one of those.
반인 반어?
So what does that make them? Half human, half fish?
시간이 없으니까 간단하게만 말할게.
Well, we don't got much time, so I'll make it short.
여기는 10분에 한 번씩 왕성하게 산을 뽑아내는 곳이야.
This zone floods with acid every 10 minutes or so.
너희 몸이 강철로 이루어졌다면
Unless you guys are all
많겠지만
made of steel.
선택을 하는 게 좋을 거야. 우리가 내린 줄을 잡고 이곳을 빠져나갈지.
You better decide fast. Either take the rope we're about to lower down, or
아니면 여기서 물컹거리는 영양소가 되어서 이놈이랑
become sludgy nutrient for the whale and be one with it forever and ever.
뭐, 우린 너희들이 녹으면 무기만 건져 올라가도 되니까.
Well, even if you were all to turn to sludge, we can still salvage your weapons. We don't got nothing to lose.
몇 명은 이미 조금 녹아버렸군.
Some of them are already starting to melt. Do we even have a choice? Yeah, just go with them.
줄 내려, 당장!
Rope, now! The fact that Ishmael hasn't said anything yet is very strange if they are people she recognizes, but at the same time, we never know regarding her. Ooh, I do not like that rope very much. I was gonna wonder if the joke was gonna be like, this is gonna be like, obviously one of Queequeg's like ropes or something, and Ishmael recognizes it and be like, oh. But no, this feels like we're being like lured to our death. Like this is like a... I don't know, I think that's obvious. I don't think I need to say that. It's obvious that it seems that deathly. They muttered something amongst themselves, although they found something funny about this situation, and tossed an odd-looking rope in our direction. Yeah, it's too fleshy for my liking.
느낌이 영
This
이상한데?
rope feels funny.
허파에서 뽑아온 모세의 혈관 다발이야. 산에도 1시간 이상은 버틸 수 있어.
Okay. I guess that makes sense. You gotta use the whale to get something that's not gonna be dissolved by the stomach acid too easily. That rope right there is made of capillary we pulled straight from its lungs. It'll last more than an hour, even in its stomach acid.
그래, 왜 그런 걸 물어봐서 기분 나빠.
Like, why do you even ask that? Ugh, I hate it. With Roja and her grumblings in tow, we struggled up the bundle of capillary rope. I don't know who you guys are, but thanks.
야, 이번 낚시는 대성공이네. 돌아가면 금화 3개는 포상으로 받겠는걸?
Oh yeah, what a catch. We'll net us upwards of 3 gold coins for this. Okay, they've formed their own economy and stuff. What is this guy holding? Oh, he's not... I thought he was holding, like, a knife or something, but no, that's just... It's the Limbus logo that looks, like, conveniently placed in his hand. Like, you remove this and there's nothing there, but, like, it looks like he's holding, like, a knife or something.
이 째깍거리는 녀석은 더 찾을 것 같은데.
I think this TikToking friend might be worth more than that. Okay, so these... I assume these are nameless, like, townspeople, then.
낚시? 우리를 낚았다는 말인가?
What are the faces? A catch. You think you fished us up.
우린 정기적으로
This guy
이곳에
definitely
들리거든.
has a name, though. This is definitely one of, like, the crewmates. What is it? Like, it's probably, like, the first mate. I forget the name of the first mate. I guess I can pull it up real quick. I can pull up, like, the Wikipedia summary. Let's see. It's somewhere around here. It's the chief mate is Starbuck. This is probably Starbuck then, if I had to guess. Or it could be someone else. Starbuck might be higher up in the chain of command. Come here every once in a while, check if anyone's washed up. Yeah.
하지만 절반은 인어가 되기 직전에 불쌍한 표류자들이지. 몇 분 후면 바로 우리를
But most of them,
죽이려고
poor castaways,
들었어.
are already full mermaids by the time we
그리고
find them.
나머지
In a matter of minutes, they're all rearing to kill us. And the
인어들.
rest are just your everyday mermaids.
저희가 특별한 경우였군요.
So this is a special occasion then, yeah, thanks to Dante.
말도 하고 인어가 되어가고 있지 않은 선원들을 만난 건 아마 처음이야.
This is probably the first time ever that we found sailors that could not only talk, but also weren't halfway turned into mermaids. So, why did you guys come here every once in a while then? I mean, scavenge for scrap, I presume?
이 시계머리 선원은 계속 째깍거리기만 하네.
The clock
뭐라고
friend here
말이라도
keeps tick-tocking.
하는 거야.
Are they saying some
기계는
thing?
아닐 테고.
I doubt they're a full-on robot.
우리가 이곳에 있을 동안 유행이 많이 바뀌었나 봐. 머리를 의체로 바꿔도
Yeah, that's a
보통
fair complaint to make. It is still very strange that they were like, yeah, Dante, you're not allowed to talk to anyone beyond the sinners. You get doomed. There's some benefits to it, don't get me wrong. No matter how much Dante ticks, only, you know, the sinners can understand. Also, Demian. Very suspicious, but Demian's also like a magical little boy, so he has weird powers. Though most people prefer to keep the ability to speak, even when replacing their bodies with prosthetics. Guess the trends have really changed since we got here.
그러니까 저자는 그 사정이 있어서 정상적으로 소통을
So that buddy there, well, it's a long story. But yeah, they can't communicate normally.
그래. 사정이라는 건 각자 있는
All
거니까.
good. Everyone's got a stuff they don't want to tell.
우리 선원들도 마찬가지야. 말하는 건 언제나
We can sympathize a little.
힘겹지.
Talking ain't the easiest thing to do.
우리를 만난 걸 다행으로 여기는 게 좋을 거다, 자식.
Consider yourselves lucked out, fellas. You guys ran into us of all things.
우리는 곧 이곳을 나갈 거니까.
We'll be getting out of here real soon. We followed their confident guiding step, but there was no way to look at this situation without a bit of suspicion. Where is Ishmael in all this? Why is Ishmael not commenting? This is that's the part I find super odd. Like, what's her deal? She definitely knows something. She's just not talking right now because she doesn't care. If it was her crew, she'd be like, oh, you'd assume. Maybe they're like random people that also survived, so I don't know. Where do you think they're taking us? What if they're leading us into a trap?
공격을 하려고 했다면 저희가 절벽에 올라올 때 했을 거예요. 기습에 제일 취약했을 때이니까.
If they were trying to attack us, they would have done so when we were almost at the top of the cliff. We were completely vulnerable to attacks there, so Ishmael's finally acknowledging the situation. She seems rather apathetic to the situation, though. You really think she'd react more? And oh, there we go. Yeah, now she's trying to resist saying that she knows them vaguely. Ishmael opened her mouth as though she were about to say something and stopped herself before turning around. It looks like she hadn't finished processing her thoughts yet. Yeah, I feel like it would make sense if they wouldn't recognize Ishmael particularly. Because Ishmael's like a whale, like, researcher or something, like, in the book, right? Like, not really, like, a major figure, just kind of someone who's tagged along for the journey.
저 작살 분명 본 적 있어.
I'm sure I've seen that harpoon before somewhere.
그런데 너희는 어느 배 출신이라고 했지?
So what ship are you guys from again?
그게 림버스 그거라고. 아마 잘 모를 거야.
Called the Limbus. You probably haven't heard of it, yeah.
인어도 아니면서 왜 그렇게 어물거리지? 선장의 이름을 대라. 유사 출신이면 대충이나마 알 수 있을지도
Well,
모른다.
talk straight, man. It's not like you're a mermaid. Who's your captain? If they're from U-Corp, their name might just might ring a bell. Why can you talk so normally? I mean, I guess your mouth isn't covered, all your eyes are. Maybe you've gone completely blind, but you can still talk mostly fine. I mean, if we look at the other guy, like, his mouth's partially covered, so it makes sense of why he's having trouble talking. And I don't know about the other. I don't know about the girl.
우리 선장.
Who's our captain again? I don't know, guys. I've never taken the helm. Not sure if I can call myself a captain here.
싫어. 운전대를 잡는 자라면
Tell Forsooth, if this be all about who handles the wheel. Is Dawn gonna say, like, Karen instinctively?
알고 있어. 가론군이 선장님이요.
I'm quite well aware of our captain. Karen is our captain indeed. Yeah, there we go.
역시 처음
No,
들어보는군.
never heard of them. I guess it's really been a while then. Yeah, it's for the best. I was partially wondering if Dawn was going to, like, abruptly say, like, Ishmael's name. They were going to be like, oh, but no. The Ishmael realization will come later on, I'm sure. Scratch his head. Captain, Karen clearly didn't ring a bell.
당신들 이곳에 갇힌 지 어느 정도가 지났죠?
You, how long has it been since you were trapped in here?
8달.
8 months.
아니 멍청아 3년이야. 마지막으로 생계
My God, look down the moon.
644일째였으니까.
This is the 3rd year. Our last count was at 644 days, so...
모르겠다. 날짜를 세는 건 관뒀어. 햇빛도 들지 않아서.
Yeah, how do they know what day it is? It sounds like, I mean, maybe like part of the whales like see through like one way so they can see the outside or something. I doubt it though. It seems pretty cramped. So how do they keep track of days beyond just guessing? I don't know, lady. I quit counting the days a while ago. I completely lost track of time since we got stuck deep inside where the sun don't shine.
그렇군요.
I see. Ishmael was trying to get a sense of if it was as long as it had been since, you know, Pequod went
제가
down.
알기론 저런 식으로 작살의 매듭을 묶는 사람은
I know only
하나밖에
one
없어서.
person who ties a knot to their harpoon like that.
이거 절박 매듭이라는 거야. 우리 마을에서도
This, it's called the Desper. It's not even our town. Only the experienced few knows how to tie it. Desperate Knot is definitely going to be the name of like a skill 3 or something on the new Ishmael identity. That's my guess. Sounds like a cool skill name.
이곳에 있다는 거잖아.
They're here? Weakwig, definitely.
나 당신의 이름
I think I know you. Ishmael comes to a sudden stop. So do our guides. Not because of what she said. Oh, but because there's something in her way. We're about to get a rest stop though. So I think we're pretty much there then maybe. Whale stomach acid began to rain. Okay, this is the same thing we saw before. Whale guts, more fights though. But it looks like we might be in the town itself, question mark? Like we're kind of out of the guts. Now we're into assumably Pequod Town. God, seeing the news keeps on like scaring me. Their bodies were partially pelidified, but they weren't mermaids. These mysterious strangers began leading us somewhere. Only Ishmael stopped to look at one of them curiously. Yeah, it is a fight though, so we're gonna be fighting assumably more other mermaids. Hopefully these guys aren't just about to turn, but they might.
자, 피쿼드 타운에 환영한다.
Yeah. Don't like this very much. Pequod down. Ugh. Yeah, they've got shipping containers. They've got like there's just a door in the side like the mounds of like flesh. Like, ugh. Very much they're leaning into like the whole gory aspect a lot more of this Canto, especially with this dungeon. Welcome to Pequod Town.
저희가 왔습니다.
We're back, Captain. Look what we fished up. Captain?
역시 자네의 수색 솜씨만큼은 나무랄 데 없이 훌륭하군, 스타버.
Yep, that guy sure is Starbuck. Quite the catch indeed. You certainly are an excellent scout, Starbuck. Oh god. Yep, that's Ahab, alright. That is without a doubt Ahab. A wiry old woman approached us, her harsh voice tickling our ears.
두 개는 자네 것이야. 한 개는 이 쌍둥이 소년들에게 넘기자고.
2 gold coins for you, lad. And here's 1 for the twins. You got a smoking pipe, you've got a harpoon. You're looking a lot more normal than I'd ever expect. I guess that's only for now, though. You've got a funny little crest in your hat. Can't really get a good look at it, though.
감사합니다, 선장님.
Thank you, Captain!
이 피코드 타운에 새로운 주민들이 온 건 무척이나 오랜만이군.
It has been a long, long while since our Pequod town gained new villagers. I also like how, in fact, no one's noticing Ishmael, definitely because she was just kind of a no-namer on the ship. I suppose you're just a random, like, deckhand or something.
주민?
Villagers, not guests? God, this is such a Project Moon moment. They're very intentionally drawing, like, the parallels between this and Love Down. Just because, like, yeah, like, funny Love Down. It's like that, but, like, in a whale this time. So a lot, very, like, decently built, all things considered. It makes me think, like, did they consume an entire... I think, like, an entire port ship got, like, consumed or something by the whale at some point. Like, these, like, cranes, like, the shipping containers, remind me a lot of what we saw on the port ships. But once again, that's also the kind of things you'd find on, like, normal ships, so...
발을 들인 순간부터 종속되는 게 당연하다 생각하는
That woman seems to think us already bound to this village.
역시
You knew it?
나는 이 불쌍한 선원들을 보살피며 이 마을을 만들고 머지않아 이들을 이끌고 마지막 항해를 나갈 선장.
Welcome. I've built this village and watch over these poor, wretched souls. Soon I shall set sail on the final voyage with my crew.
에이헤브다.
I am Captain Ahab. Yep, there she is, in the flesh. Ah, Ishmael.
이 순간을 얼마나 원하고 원했는지.
God, you have no idea how I've waited, how I've longed for this moment. You won't ever know.
알새도 없이 뒤져버릴 테니까.
Because I'll gut you like a fish before you even have the chance to find out. Muttering, Ishmael charged at Ahab.
열렬한 환영이군 이스마엘.
What a way to greet your captain, Ishmael. Okay, Ahab remembers, though. That makes perfect sense. The others don't, but Ahab more than recognizes. We're gonna have to... Are they gonna, like, fight us in return, though? Has Ishmael started a war? I think so. The captain remains serene, even as Ishmael suddenly charged at her.
이스마엘이라고? 그러고 보니
Ishmael? What? Hey, now that you mention it,
등에도 모르는 것들이고 선장님을 공격하다니.
you thankless. You dare attack our captain, blinded Pequod Town villager, and then gagged Pequod Town villager. We'll show you what we're made of.
다시 그 위산에 던져놓겠다.
We'll toss you back into that river of acid, yeah. Alright, good job, Ishmael. Definitely not gonna be fighting Ahab here. We're gonna have to fight the actual townspeople. The Pequod townspeople.
먼저 끝내고 돌아오는 친구는 맛있는 거
Blinded
사줄게.
Pequod, gagged. Yeah, it's the two we just saw, effectively. Pequod Town music, it seems. This is gonna be a very story-heavy dungeon, even more so than the last one, it feels like, being introduced to an entire new faction in here. Okay, they're poise-themed, makes sense. Since they gain offense level and defense level by the number of surviving allies, not including this unit, yeah. Heal SP by number of surviving allies times 3, and less than 50% you gain attack power up next turn once per encounter. And less than 0 SP, 50% chance to change skill patterns. Oh. Low morale, SP loss efficiency increase, panic effects, gain 2 mind every turn, and every coin lands on tails. Interesting, pallid panic type. Didn't they say they were going to make it so panic types were hidden until you actually cleared chapters? Did they ever do that? Doesn't seem like they did. Yeah, I wonder if this means... If we reduce their sanity too far, are they going to, like, solidify? That's the blinded one. What about the gagged one? Seems identical beyond being, like, different stuff. Oh, you've got a bunch of bleed on this one, jeez. Yeah, a bunch of poise. They're poised enemies. Makes enough sense. Ooh, not a great clash. Yeah, our sanity's been reverted back to normal thanks to, getting the checkpoint. I'll go for the empty-depth server. It's only a single wave fight. Okay, we can do this pretty easily. Also, our resources sure are the exact same, it would appear. You actually won your flash. That's nice. And I haven't redone any of the previous dungeons, so maybe they made that change like all the dungeons when they did that for like the mirror dungeons. Although I'm fairly certain the Hell's Chicken dungeon still has resources every fight. Oh, that guy just threw his harpoon. Fatal to Pierce makes enough sense.
기다리는 거 못해.
Just like the other palified things. None of these things are low enough sandy for us to be too concerned yet. Wrath Resonance. That's not great. Your counter isn't too much for you, though. Yeah, I guess you can go for this for the sake of the Absolute Resonance. Sure, you'll lose this clash. I mean, that's fine. You'll take some Fragile, take some Bind. That's okay. Protect the town, God. Ugh. The vibes are awful here, that's for sure. Exciting stuff, though, that's for sure. Real Sandy is now positive. Yippee. Okay, I'm curious of something. Does this... Can you heal your own Sandy from this for 4 as release speed? Okay, you can heal your own Sandy with your mass attack. Alright, we'll go for this then. It'll hit all of them. We'll be able to see them in action a little bit. Whether or not it rolls heads, we'll have to see. But it's definitely staggering, all these guys.
지금은 두렵지 않아요.
Fails, that's fine. You'll heal your own Sandy afterwards.
조명이 전멸하는 저곳으로 파도가 모든 것을 쳐부술 거다.
Nice.
숨기기 딱
That guy's
하나만
not staggered.
남았어.
Okay, Ishmael's clashing, so that's good. Okay. Pretty convenient stuff. Oh, they're just running away. We're not actually killing them quite yet. Makes enough sense. That guy ran away to the left. What a silly Billy. God, what a cool ego that is. Ooh, fight's going bad. However, first and foremost, gotta go back to the main menu real quick. Because apparently it seems like... Never mind. Oh, we got past missions to claim? Oh, I didn't beat 100 enemies yet, fair enough. Oh, we can look at the banner now, though. Yeah, that stuff's cool. It's I guess the ego backgrounds are the most unique ones, usually, I guess. Kind of, I don't know. Yeah, Peko Town amidst the storm shipping container. Cool stuff, cool stuff. I do like the amidst the storm 1A a lot, that's for sure. Maybe something, I don't know. What if I do... This is like a random little thing, that's for sure. It doesn't really matter how this looks, but, cool. What if we do that? Maybe. Maybe I just stick with the classic for Border 2. Sure, that'll work for now. I want to be just like Ruin. Well, but anyways, I think that'll be all for... this first episode. We've made our way into the whale. We've learned about the continued survival of Ahab and the existence of Pequod Town within the whale. Join us next time. We're going to have to deal with the consequences of Ishmael's actions, and it seems like we're going to have to fight a boss of some kind, a mini-boss of some kind, thanks to this. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.